Yeah, we're doing a Pokemon Champion Heroes now. Anyway, that's where we were. Diantha. We're doing 3 criteria for them. We're doing their fight, their character, and their music. Diantha. To me, always been easy. Her character certainly exists. One of the characters ever. But her music is a banger. I think that means that... I think that puts her in C, honestly. Kukui. I don't want to rank him. Yeah! As I said, that's why, as a character, she certainly exists. Like, it's really easy to tell that she's going to be the champion, because I think I did on my first playthrough of Pokemon X. Anyway, Professor. It's the Professor, man. Music's good enough to get into Smash, I'll give it that. I guess that also applies to Diantha. He does also have he does actually have more plot relevance. He's actually, well, he's the Professor, and he's a character. I mean, hell, the man was clearly doing something right. He's married. And his fight's also like challenging enough. Like, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's still something you have to think about a bit. You know. Yeah, I think he's an A tier champion. Now, how specifically the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon version of him? I know we just ranked the Sun and Moon version, well, the rival version of him, but this is purely the champion version. And therefore it's purely his Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon version. I mean, his music, pretty good. I don't think it's as good as Kukui's, but it's still pretty good. And it does feel like a natural, like, evolution of his theme into being the champion theme, by the fact that it combines the intro from Kukui's into his, and also, you know, changes up his actual theme to sound more like an actual champion theme. Fight. Was the fight that hard? I don't... I mean, character-wise, it's how... He does get more character development in the Ultra games. I think it's B tier. I don't really know what else I can really say. I'll be honest, I'm not 100%. But I think in the Ultra games, he is definitely a better character than he is in the Sun and Moon. And hey, look, it's the guy we fought like an hour ago. Again. And I mean, hey, we have a perfect, a thing, like a perfect, ah, fuck. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for here. Perfect, something. I don't think representation is the correct word I'm looking for here. Example. Example is the word. Why did it take me so long to think of the word fucking example? Jesus Christ. Yeah, we have a perfect example since we did it like an hour ago. I mean, his music's decent. And he's like... I guess he's basically... He's like Diantha in that case. One outstanding quality, well, the rest are just whatever. Because yeah, that fight was, even though we were only like a little bit over level, but it was not that hard. Leon. Oh boy. I'll give him this. He's actually a relatively reasonable character compared to Rose. He's actually like relatively reasonable as a character. This is true. He can be a bit difficult in that regard, but he does have. But that's one thing the layer champions have compared to like certain other champions, is that they have good coverage. Especially Leon, since Leon gets the star that is strong against yours. And also Charizard. I guess that does make it a little bit easy to plan for in that regard. It does, that is true. The G-Max Grass move, it does have. So that's a very good counter to water types and ground types and rock types. So I think difficulty-wise, he can definitely be a challenge. Music-wise, theme, it's alright. And character, I said he's reasonable. But I don't think it really has much of a character outside of, like, you know, being reasonable. That makes sense? Like, yeah, he's trying to help Rose with this thing, but he's like, you know, well, we can just wait until after the champion fight, which makes sense. Because then, Rose would have Leon's, like, undivided attention. Like, I can't think of much else about his character other than that. Yeah, he's likable enough, that's fair. Yeah, I think A tier. This is true. He did have a stake in the story. Mustard from the DLC. He's a past champion, so you don't fight him as a champion. No, nor fun enough. Wait, was Peony ever the champion? Hold on. Oh no, wow. He actually was. He actually was a champion at one point. I didn't know that. Huh. Yeah, Mustard. Cool theme. I do have a skewed perception on his battles. I think I've only ever battled him, like, done the proper battle with him once. With the G-Max Urshifu. I think. So I can't really help that difficulty. He's a cool old guy, I guess. I guess that would make just put him in B tier if I can only remember 2 or 3 parts, and they're decent. Peony. He's very wacky. He's a very wacky woohoo man. And I know he has 2 fights. One of which is, you know, the introductory fight, and the other one is after you complete all of his, like, legendary stuff, you can fight him again. I have not been able to do that fight because I don't have the Regis on my other file. On my main file. So I don't think I've done that second fight, so I can't really judge him based on that. However, the first fight is pretty... He does have a fun character. And his theme is decent. But he's, as a champion, obviously you don't fight him as a champion, but as a fight, he's not very difficult. But he is fun. I think I put him in a decent B tier. I didn't even know he was a champion until this, so that's funny. Gary motherfucking Oak. Well, fun enough, we ranked him as an A rank rival. And I mean, I know it's used the Sun and Moon artwork of him, but yeah, let's see. That's a good lore. This is true. Mustard and Peony do have the good lore. I think based on what we said with Blue earlier on the Rivals tier list, I think he has to be like an A-tier champion. Well, maybe not in Pokemon Red and Blue, where his team are very, very easy if you know what you're doing. By know what you're doing, I mean literally based on the fact that all the Pokemon have level up movesets and they're fucking terrible except for the starter. Let me, yeah. Cause yeah, like, okay, so his team are Pidgeot, Wing Attack, which is terrible in Gen 1, Mirror Move, Sky Attack, which is 2-turn, and Whirlwind, which literally does not work in trainer battles. So that Pidgeot is almost a non-factor. Alakazam, which, to be fair, can be kind of scary since it does have Reflect, Recover, Psybeam, and Psychic. Rhydon... Holy shit, Rhydon's bad. Leer, Tail Whip, Fury Attack, and Horn Drill. If you outlevel that thing, it can't do shit to you. Exeggutor is also awful, with Hypnosis, Barrage, and Stomp. Doesn't even have 4 moves. Just Hypnosis, Barrage, and Stomp. Level up learn sets, that's why. His Gyarados has Dragon Rage, which is worthless at that point in the game. Hydro Pump, which, to be fair, Gyarados has a decent special stat in Gen 1, and a Stab, so it can be pretty powerful. Hyper Beam, which, again, Gen 1, Hyper Beam, and Gyarados has a decent attack stat. And Leer. But Gyarados has a little weakness. And Charizard, which Fire Spin, Rage, Slash, and Fire Blast. Yeah, Red, Green, Blue Gary is a pushover. But obviously the starter will change. Also, wow, Arcanine. Like, for his teams to have Arcanine, Roar, Leer, Ember, Takedown. Yeah, that's not very good. Fire Red, Leaf Green is definitely significantly better. For the Pokemon that stay the same, you've got Pidgeot with Aerial Ace, Feather Dance, Sand Attack, and Whirlwind actually does something, so it's slightly better. Plus Aerial Ace is good. Alakazam has Psychic, Future Sight, Recover, and Reflect, which is also decent. Rhydon actually has Stab in Earthquake and Rock Tomb. Exeggutor actually has an attack in Giga Drain. And Sleep Powder, so that can be a bit scary. Gyarados actually got worse. Because Hydro Pump is now worse for Gyarados. He got Bite, but it's not very strong because it's Bite. Dragon Rage, which is again worthless, and Thrash, which is less powerful than Hyper Beam in Gen 1. And Charizard got better because it has Fire Blast, Aerial Ace, Slash, and Fire Spin. And it's holding a Citrus Berry. So he's definitely better, but I wouldn't call him, like, amazing. So yeah, as a champion fight, he's relatively easy. But his music's good, and his character, well, he's an asshole, but he does learn to be a bit more humble after that fight. I think based on the fact that his fight is easy, I'll probably have to put it at like a low A tier, but look like a red. Well, obviously only fight red and Fire Red Queen, Heart Gold, so Silver. Not Fire Red Queen. Silver, Gold, Crystal, and the remakes. His Pokemon are very high level, so if you're not prepared, you will get absolutely fucked. And his team has actually got relatively, like, his team is really, like, cover its ass, like, good coverage. Obviously, has the starters. Hold on. Like, obviously, okay, so yeah. In Gen 2, Pikachu, Espeon, Snorlax, Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise. which aren't bad. However, in Gen 4, yeah, they're significantly better. Because Pikachu's holding a Light Ball and has Volt Tackle, which is incredibly powerful, and is level 88. He has a Lapras instead of an Espeon now. Well, that does mean he's stacking electric weak Pokemon, ironically. But Lapras does have Hail Blizzard. Yes, this is correct. So does the Blastoise in both battles too. Snorlax is chonky. Also has Blizzard for some reason. I mean, I know it's in the Hail, but still also has Blizzard. And Shadow Ball. I guess Shadow Ball is for. Actually, why does it have Shadow Ball? That's a great question. That's Crunch for Ghost types. Yeah, I would say definitely stronger in the remake. Venusaur has Frenzy Plant, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Sleep Powder. Wait, is Venusaur in... His Venusaur in Gold, Silver, Crystal had Sunny Day? Oh, it's not hailing in Gen 2, right. Gen 2's in the cave. However, it does have Sunny Day Solar Beam, which is worrying. And you can set up the sun for Charizard. And Blastoise has Rain Dance. Yeah, I think... Red and Lance have the same themes, so they would go same place for the theme. Theme's pretty good. Pretty good. But I would say Red is definitely more difficult than Lance, considering all you need to do with Lance is put some snow in his pocket. Whereas Red, you actually kind of have to think a bit more. There you have an electric type, so 3 of them are weak to electric. But also that only helps you against half his team, the other half are not weak to electric. So he's definitely more difficult than Lance, theme's the same, and character. He doesn't really have a character, that's the thing. That's the problem. If we're ranking based on character, then he cannot be S tier for that reason alone. He just does not have one. However, because this fight is potentially difficult and a very high level and has a decent theme, then yeah. Lance, again, good theme, but significantly easier, and well, he does have a character, but it's not amazing, but it's there. Yeah, he goes there. Steven Stones. Can be difficult. Well, I'm telling you, I'm a fighting type, but can be difficult. Stoner Steven. The thing is, half his team is rock type, half his team is steel type. But they do enough to prevent you from just sweeping with a fighting type. Because, you know, Skarmory's neutral, Claydol resists, Metagross is neutral, Armaldo's neutral. As I said, his team can be difficult, although I didn't struggle with Zora's team ever, but Grace Ruby Sapphire team was definitely difficult. I remember struggling with it when I was younger, but I didn't know like team building and stuff. Plus he has Mega Metagross in there, although I still can't believe my normal Swampert tanked a hit from Tough Claws boosted Giga Impact Mega Metagross. That was whack. I already Mega that fight, so that's why Swampert wasn't a Mega. But that was crazy that happened. As I said, his team's pretty good, and he shows up a couple times, but his character is kind of like whatever. You know, like I guess he kind of has a character, but not much. He likes rocks. That's the thing. He likes rocks. Which I guess is a character trait. I don't really. I guess he goes here. Wallace, who's only the champion in Emerald. I mean, his team is the same as Steven. His team is mostly water types. So, like, zap, 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 zap. Significantly easier. Hell, well, he has 2.1 that resist electricity, Ludicolo and Whiscash. So you're probably going to have a grass type move somewhere for that Whiscash. Even Ludicolo. And Ludicolo can be scary. To be fair, I'll give it that. Ludicolo and Gyarados can be scary if you don't one-shot them, because Ludicolo will double team and Gyarados has Dragon Dance. But other than that, like, the rest of his team just isn't that hard. Yeah, exactly. Like, the fact that the majority of his team is weak to electric. It's like, it's killer considering there are some pretty good electric types like Magneton in that gen. And you also get access to Aerial Ace as a TM, so you can teach that to any, like, decent flying type of one. Use that against the Ludicolo with double team. And as I said, Whiscash just dies from looking at a seed. I think Wallace has to be C tier, just because, well, his music's the same as Steven. He is easier and, well, I guess he likes contests, probably. Eh. Hey, look, it's Cynthia. I don't think this should be a question. She is difficult, so she's got that going for her. She actually plays some sort of role in, well, plays some sort of role in the plot, specifically in Platinum. And her theme is PTSD inducing for many people. I think this is not up for debate. If you're going on those three factors, she is definitely the best out of all of them, because she actually matches all three of them. Got relevance and a character. Easy. Well, yeah, I mean, given what her team is, I think that's understandable. Looking at the original Diamond and Pearl team, let's see. The closest she had to a stacked weakness was fire or ice. That's it. And by that I mean she has 2.1 weak to both of those types. Roserade is weak to both, and then Lucario weak to fire, but it has Earthquake, and then Garchomp's weak to ice. I guess Milotic and Gastron are also weak to grass. This is true. But Milotic can at least counter that somewhat. I can Gastron with Sludge Bomb. Like Cynthia, I think Cynthia was the first truly hard champion, considering 1, physical special split, and 2, coverage. In Platinum, she is actually, I think she's slightly easier. Just because of the fact that she now has 3 Pokemon weak to ice, meaning half of her team is weak to the same type. Although, to be fair, 2 of them do have coverage against that type, but still. something. Yeah, she's something that people did not expect at first, considering the previous games that came before her. And then she's even scarier in BDSP when all of her Pokemon have items that benefit. I said challenge, yes. Music, good. Character, she has plot involvement and is like actually important. She actually matches all three of the criteria, unlike most of them. Actually, since Red has no character, I think he has to get knocked down a bit. Alder has a character. I know like nothing about Alder as a champion because I've like never fought him. I just don't care. He is specifically a post-game fight. That is it. I mean, that's it. I guess he does have character. But he's definitely the worst of the champions. Is he better or worse than Wallace? That's a tough question. That is... Alder? Oh no, we're talking about Alder. Alder was first. I'm just like... I don't know where to put him. Is he better or worse than a Wallace? That's his name. Yeah, we weren't actually in yet. I'm just trying to think about Alder. Let's see. 3 of his Pokemon are bug types. He has Excelgor, Escavalier, and Volcarona. To be fair, Volcarona is very good. I'll give it that. Volcarona is very good. But considering that Excelgor, Vanillix, and Escavalier are all weak to fire. He doesn't look hard. That's the thing. He doesn't look very challenging. Given that he doesn't really have anything to counter his counters, if that makes sense. Like, you bring a fire type, the only move he has that is super effective against a fire type is Earthquake on his Buffalon. That is it. Well, and Stone Edge, but that is still it. Only on one Pokemon. You take out a Buffalon, fire time. So he doesn't look like a challenge. And I've kind of heard his theme, but not in like I just think it's the most forgettable champion theme. Yeah, I think Alder has to go in D tier for that then. If I barely remember his theme, he looks easy. The only thing he has is character. Which I'll give it that. At least he has a character. But like... everyone in C at least has partial 2 of the stuff. He doesn't, he only has 1. See, and now we're on to N. Let's see, N has a legendary, but I swept his ass with a Torchic, so he's clearly very easy. But for real. Let's look at his final team. Obviously, it'll slightly depend on the game, but let's look at his final team and judge. Oh, yeah, he's got the legendary. The legendary that, to be fair, I believe is only programmed to use the fusion move against the legendary. So that you can just use the fusion move back, or just you know, use a dragon type move, I think. I think you can do it against their dragon. Caracosta, which, to be fair, it does seem pretty scary because it does have sturdy. Although I guess if you're playing Pokemon White, then it's significantly less scary. Actually, hold on. Actually, no, wait a minute. If you're playing Pokemon White, he is significantly less scary than if you're playing Pokemon Black. Like, unless you elect to not add the legendary to your party, he is significantly less scary. Because, well, Reshiram is, you know, not very good against Zekrom. Zekrom's good against Caracosta and Archeops, neither of which have anything super effective against it. Well, none of his Pokemon have a ground or dragon type move outside of Archeops having Dragon Claw. I guess Vanillix exists, but oh, I guess Reshiram does have the counter against Vanillix and Klingfang. Now I've said that out loud. Played White, and I played Pokemon Black recently. The zone work might surprise someone, but I don't think it's like gonna destroy someone unless it happens to disguise as the correct thing. Like, for example, it disguises itself as Vanillix and you throw in, you know, that's my number. Actually, hold on, is there anything good that Zora disguises itself as? I mean, I guess it could disguise itself as Caracosta, and if you throw in a grass type, it just hits your ass with a flamethrower. There is that. But, like, as a whole, half of N's team seems scary, the other half does not. Like, Archeops is only scary for his first 50% of health. After that, no. Klingfang is... Klingfang? What the fuck is it gonna do to you? Like, hello? Like, it's a special attacking Klingfang when Klingfang's special attack is 70. Bruh. So yeah, Klingfang's a non-factor. Zoroark can be scary, or you can just body it by accident. Archeops is scary for 50% of his health. Vanillix, just have a fire type Pokemon. Yeah. Caracosta again can be scary since it does have sturdy, but if you have a grass type, it's not really. And the legendary basically only uses the fusion move against the other legendary, so yeah. N's not that scary now that I've read it out loud. Well, my joke of me beating his ass with a Torchic still somehow applied. Again, he has great character. Going back to the rival tier list, he has great character, so he literally can't be in D tier for that. His music's decent too. I think he goes here. I think he goes in B tier. As a champion, he goes in B tier. Iris. No, this might be an interesting opinion. I think Iris's champion theme is the best champion theme. And her team can be tricky. Like, okay, so she has a Hydreigon that's actually a special attacking Hydreigon. And there's no fairy types yet, so well, that'll happen eventually. But yeah, if you think you're just gonna go into her and sweep her with an ice type, remember she has an Aggron, so and two of her dragons know flamethrower, one of them no, and two of them know rock slide. So they have counter for ice types too. So, like... Also, no, her Druddigon has a Life Orb, and her Haxorus has a Focus Sash. Hell, if we want to go into... If we want to talk about the challenge mode stuff... All of her Pokemon have held items which are very beneficial. Like, a dragon has Wise Glasses, making all of its special type moves, well, all of its special moves 10% more powerful. Druddigon still has Life Orb. Archeops has Flying Gem and Acrobatics and Endeavor. So when you take it, well, actually, the normal form has Endeavor. Well, the normal one has Endeavor too. So take it below 50%, it's going to take you down as well. Aggron has a Muscle Band, which is good because it only has physical moves, and Autotomize, so it can speed itself up. Lapra has Wide Lines to go along with all of its moves that can miss. And yeah, Haxorus still has the Focus Sash. But instead of having Dual Chop in the normal mode, it has Outrage. So yeah, Iris can be pretty fucking difficult looking at her team. So like... Yeah, I think Iris definitely is good on the difficulty scale. Music, again, amazing. Character? Definitely a bit lacking. Like, obviously she helps people and she's nice and stuff, but she doesn't really have that much of a character. Yeah, she does have the lore of training. And then, you know, take champion, but like, yeah, no, she doesn't really have that much in the way of lore, per se. Or character. But I think she gets to be an A tier just because of the music and the actual difficulty of her fight. Actually, I think Kukui probably was down a bit because, well, he has all three. Not all three are like he has all three of the things, but they're not all amazing. They're all just good. So it's definitely worthy of an A tier. Like, I think this seems okay for the champions if you're going off of those three criteria. Also, wow, this video's been... this one's gone for quite a long time. Nope, it's not letting me save these for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, it's not letting me save these easily. Hold on. There we go. Oh yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for the champions, Pokemon champions tier list. So, end that recording.